All right, there you go. All right, can you guys drop a one if you guys can see my screen and you guys can hear me okay? There you go. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so today's topic for training is basically what we all know as agents, right? We need to follow up. Follow up is basically where a lot of the conversions from leads to actual transactions are going to take place. If you're not setting up yourself with a follow-up system, whether it's automated, it's spreadsheet, or even a notebook, right, to keep track of the people you talk to every day, it's going to be tough to keep track of who is most interested or who needs to take priority in your business, because as an agent you're doing different things every single day and no single day is the same. So because of that, you need a way to put everybody in a pipeline, right? You need to put someone in your system, in your database, and just follow up.
Yeah,
uh,
this was an important topic to us here at Houstir because it's one of the biggest issues that us real estate agents, I've been in the business for 15 years now, and it's one of my it was until I connected with Roberto and we partnered up, it was one of my biggest flaws, right? Because I already had 50 family members with 50 different birthdays, and I had a tax preparer, and I had a CPA in addition to the tax preparer, and I had a barber, and I had my insurance guy that did my vehicle insurance, another guy that did my homeowner's insurance. So I had this whole big sphere, but yet, my tax guy, I was maybe seeing him once or twice a year. My barber, I'd see him once a week. And I really didn't have a system for them to always be thinking about me, thinking about David Albanese as the real estate professional when the real estate topic comes up, like, oh, call David, right? Is always had to be it had to be me building a relationship with them, and hopefully that way they would remember me and then refer me. So what we're talking about today with the follow-up that Roberto was saying was, in general, what kind of follow-up should we be doing and how we can make it easier, because I sucked at follow-up, and now with systems and tools that we implemented, I suck a little bit less. And what has that always done for my business is help me convert more deals, help me stay top of mind. Now I remember people's birthdays. Thank you, Diane and Xiomara. They put them into my systems, and then the birthday reminders go out. I remember my yearly anniversary of every client that I've helped purchase a home, and they put it on my social media profile, like, hey, it's so cool, I helped out this client purchase a house 3 years ago, today's your 3-year anniversary, and then you tag them, right? Or, hey, sorry to have seen you leave Ventura County, California and move to Texas, but here's your 2-year anniversary of us selling your house and moving. All of those different things, right? Those are all things that are super, super important that I know, if you implemented some of these little things and you just get your list into the systems and tools that we already have for you, and you start using them more, it's going to help you with the follow-up that most of us are not that great at. Maybe you're good. Maybe you pick up the phone because you have reminders on your phone, on your calendar, on your cousin Lily's birthday. Maybe you have reminders for different specific days of the year, right? Today's Flag Day, or today's this day, or different holidays, or different, National Coffee Day, all these different things. Those are all cool things for you to remember, and for people to remember you after, because you're reminding them, hey guys, send out a blast email, text, a call. Today's National Coffee Day. Here's a $5 gift card to go get your actually, $5 is not going to get you anything at Starbucks anymore, but here's $10 to get you a coffee at Starbucks, because today's National Coffee Day. So that's the stuff that we are going to be talking about today. It's very, very important. It's follow-up. It's key. I'm spending a lot of time in the beginning of the webinar today because it's super important. And we need to make sure that we're using the systems and the tools, and we become better at follow-up by allowing these systems and tools to help us. Go ahead, Roberto.
Awesome. Thanks for the great intro right there. And it's true, right? I mean, if you're not implementing some sort of follow-up in your business, you are not going to have a business, right? Everybody knows that if you're not staying top of mind with the leads that come into your sphere, whether they're friends, family, business related acquaintances, or just in general, if you're generating new leads into your business, right? You still need to have a follow-up system. You still need to follow up with those people, because most of the time, the people that you talk to today, they're not going to be ready to buy in the next, 30 days, right? Ideally, that's what we all want. But if you're not following up with all those leads that are entering your sphere, you're going to miss out on a lot of business. We're going to talk about, things like today, for example, it's so much easier. It has gotten easier to text someone, right? To maintain a list of contacts in your phone, to send a quick email, a quick follow-up after a meeting, right? A quick follow-up after a call. If you're going to a listing presentation, a quick follow-up to see what's going on, right? If you're about to get into a meeting, texting, letting them know that, hey, I'm on my way. I'm about 5 minutes away from that call, right? Or just anniversaries, birthdays, people that you know all the time, right? Posting something on social media. Like, you don't necessarily have to text and email someone, but like David mentioned, post something and tag them, especially if they are in your social media circle, right? Use Facebook as a database builder. Facebook has up to 5,000 friends, right?
Facebook
That's a
reminds us every day whose birthday it is, guys. You've seen the notifications, right? Like I don't
exactly.
remember, every single birthday, and sometimes I don't have them all. But Facebook reminds me every day, hey, it's so and so's birthday. Go say hello to them. LinkedIn reminds me it's so and so's birthday, and then I remember, or I have my VA send them a quick happy birthday. And the reason why we're on this webinar today is to show you what you should be doing and how the systems and tools that we provide you can help you do it much easier. Where now you only create one text message or one email, you input into the system and you hit send, and it sends it to all of your 1,000 contacts or whatever number you may have, so that it's helping you get that much more efficient. You're saying, oh my goodness, follow-up takes a lot of time because I'm going to call Aunt Joey or Aunt whoever, and she's going to keep me on the line for an hour, and I don't have time for that right now. That's why you're going to send her a personalized message that you created for everybody with a few simple clicks. Super important things, and we're going to be talking about all the different things that you should be doing right now, how you can do them more efficiently, and hopefully if you want to do them manually, you can. We're trying to refresh your memory about all these different things, and we're trying to also show you how the systems and tools we already provide are going to help you do it so you're much more efficient and you're focusing on actually closing deals and making money, and not the follow-up process necessarily and spending all day on that. Technology's changed. You don't need to do that all day no more. 5, 10, 15 minutes a day is going to do it all for you guys.
And I think by now you should already realize, whether you're here and you are, a seasoned agent who's closed many, many deals due to referrals, you already know that follow-up is key. If you're brand new in the business, you need to, by this point in time, you understand that you have to stay connected, right? You have to be connected somehow. Text messages, emails, social media, picking up the phone, making those calls. You already know that. Now that you know this, the question is, how do you be more efficient? How are you more productive? And how are you more consistent? A lot of the results you're going to get is usually from consistency. Like, you don't have to be the best agent, you just have to be the most consistent. The most consistency is going to get you the most results.
Yeah,
So
consistency in your follow-up and in what you do every single day, which is at the end of the day, consistency is work. And that means if you're out working other agents, you're going to make more money than other agents. A lot of people think that, oh, they might be smarter than me, or they have different systems or different tools, or yeah, they're just lucky that they know certain person that sends them deals or whatever it may be. All of that is 100% false. It's exactly what Roberto said. It's consistency in what you're doing. And one of those things should be doing this follow-up. The more consistent you get with it, the more it's gonna work. I hope Maria Rodarte, one of our agents, jumps on so she can tell you how her social media consistency has taken her from very few transactions a year to almost 30 transactions this year. So if she jumps on, I'll have her share a little bit.
she was with us, but I think she may have stepped off. She's probably closing another deal right now. Maria it handles all of California. She goes where the client is at. And that's one of the things that she does, right? She maintains a very good sphere that allows her to, I guess, 10x her business in the last 12 months. And it's basically using systems that allow you to stay top of mind. If you look at to build a follow-up system, these are 7 things that you kind of have to look into and take into account, right? Whether you're new or whether been doing this for a very long time, you need to make sure that whatever system you have, whether it's manual, automated, you use some tools, CRMs, you need to make sure that it's regular, right? We talked about consistency. You need to have consistent touch points with your leads, right? That's what they are, or with your contacts, whether it's a text message every 30 days, every 60 days, whether it's an email every couple of weeks, whether it's some information that you provide them through their journey, depending on where they are in that process of whether they want to buy or they want to list their home. um, Making sure that the messages are engaging too, right? You're not just don't want to send value without a what we call a call to action, and that call to action should be some sort of uh, response that we get that starts the conversation. For example, right? If you have a CRM that allows you to schedule, which is one of the CRMs that we give you access to as part of being with us, um, you are able to schedule messages every 30 days if you want to, or every 15 days. If you want to do text messages, for example, that just ask simple questions. Hey, how's it going? Simple,
Yeah.
right?
We set some up where we can help you set some up where, you can take 30 minutes out of one day, create 20 different texts and emails that are going to go out, and schedule them to go out Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Just saying anything simple like happy Thursday, happy Friday, make it a great day, some positive message. Remember, if you know anybody willing, looking to buy or sell, give them my number. Something simple like that, just like so they think it's personalized, but you set it all up in 30 minutes and they're getting these happy Mondays, the Friday, fun day Friday or Sunday fun day or whatever you want to do. Hey, what are you doing today on this Sunday fun day? I'm doing this. I don't know. Or you send them a cool meme or a cool picture like, hey guys, enjoy your day, and you're sending off whatever. On Christmas, you might want to send a Santa Claus meme to everybody like, hey, I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I know you're busy with the family. Enjoy whatever it may be, right? And people are like, oh man, they thought about me, right? For New Year's, have a message go out at midnight, guys. Hey, they thought about me at 12:03 before my mom even thought about me. You know what I mean? I was one of their first messages to go out. Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? Don't you sometimes pay attention to that? Let's see who the first person that's gonna call me or message me. You know what I mean? Like it's something that everybody sometimes thinks about or says, and you want to be in that sphere. Maybe you don't do it at 12:03, but you do it at 12:09. Or you do it at whatever it may be. These are all the things that you can be doing that you can set up in 30 minutes for a week, for a month, whatever it may be. And the people on this call from House or from our company are here to help you do that. And the reason we have this call today is because we want to show you the things you should be doing, how you should be doing them, and we want you to use the resources we're putting in front of you, because if you make no money, we make no money. Does that make sense? We're being selfish here. We want you guys to make money because it's going to make us money as well. So I want you to close deals. That's why we're here. Take it away, Roberto.
That's a good saying, right? Money makes money. Money builds money. And if you build these systems, again, you have access to MLS, right? Set up custom searches for the people that you've talked to, and again, classify your leads based on where they are, right? If they're ready to make a move, a purchase, increase the frequency of these emails. If they're not, if they're out 6 to 12 months, just a few touch points. So now you're having emails that are going out from the MLS system. Now you have text messages that are going out and key dates. Now you have engaging emails and content that are going to elicit some sort of response, maybe a quick question. Again, such as simple, how are you? Hey, what plans for the weekend? That are going to elicit a response. And if you put this in a system, again, a CRM that allows you to schedule these out as a follow-up campaign, then you basically turn this on every contact you have in your database, and every 30 days, every 45 days, just a quick check-in message, right? Hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? Hey, how are you doing today? Hey, what plans for the week? And when they respond, you pick up the conversation there, because you want to make sure that they understand it's not all automated, right? And then pick up the conversation, talk to them, and boom, right? Try to merge that conversation into a real estate conversation, but come from a position of value, come from a position of really want to help them, right? Eventually, that person, once it's ready, they're gonna want to work with you. And by you implementing these little systems, you avoid jumping on the phone for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and you're only texting back and forth, and you're still staying top of mind, right? Um, Setting up calls to go out on specific days. Like you still want to pick up the phone, you still want to call. Yes, you want to allow systems to do the texting and the automated emails for you, but you still want to pick up the phone and make those calls. Like have a schedule for those calls, for those touch points over voice, right? It's important. And then also, take time out of your week and set it up for just making those calls. Set it up for just taking the time to concentrate on the ones that are gonna get you closer to a transaction, right? It may sound selfish, but I mean, it is a business, right? And this is the way you work your business. You have to concentrate on the hot and the ones that are nurture. Make sure that your follow-up system is built to deal with the hot ones and also with the ones that need nurture, right? Because at the end of the day, if you can keep track of the top 50 people that are going to help you close more deals, whether they close themselves or they refer you more people, those are the people you want to spend a lot of your time with, right? Because that's your business. Day in and day out as a real estate agent, that's your business. Building more relationships, staying top of mind, it's going to get you closer to more transactions being closed, right? Now, what kind of systems do you guys have in place right now in your business that's helping you stay top of mind? Not necessarily close more transactions, but just helping you stay in communication with your leads. What kind of systems do you guys have? And feel free to unmute yourselves too, or just type it in the chat. Like, do you have a CRM? What kind of CRM do you have? Do you still use a spreadsheet? Um, Maybe just paper, pen and paper? And sometimes when we don't have a lot of context, maybe systems like automation is not, we don't think it's that important. But one of the things that we always like to say is best to put in the time now to build a robust system so that when you do start to get those, new context to trickle in, you basically have the system set up and built for you, right? So even if you're new and you feel like Paul says he's old school. He uses a spreadsheet. Nice. And how is that? I mean, how do you deal with following up? Like, how do you know who to follow up with based on that spreadsheet?
One
Well,
of the
I
things, well,
try,
yeah, oh, go ahead.
I try as hard as I can, to write down, dates and times that I reach out to somebody, and I'm not, again, I'm busy. I'm a one man show. I don't have assistants. I don't have anybody. So, and I'm on the road all the time. So sometimes I have to, catch myself at night making notes because I'm driving and I can't take all the notes as I'm talking to people. They're calling me back and things like that. So I'm getting at the point once you guys, the program kicks in, I might need to invest in an assistant. So I'm getting to that point.
It's funny you say that catching up with notes because part of the systems that we use for calling, the CRMs that we use, the systems that we use, they record the calls. I can tell you many times where we've gotten calls from brand new leads that come into our system, and I'm like at a soccer game, watching my kid play, and I kind of have to step aside a little bit and talk to this person, and I just know that if I ask the right questions, the call is already being recorded. So I can always go back and then I talk to the teammate, hey guys, can you listen to this call? This guy's looking to buy in the next 3 months. We need to connect this guy with an agent that's local. But can you guys go through the notes and see if we can get more information for this person, right? And again, the fact that having a system, in this case, we have a team that helps us. It allows us to be basically everywhere without having to rely so much in our own memory or having to always carry a notebook because I know the calls are going to be recorded, right? um, and having a system that supports your business is definitely going to help you scale your business, right? It's just make things a lot easier. Um, the thing is, one of the things that you have to keep in mind too is with what we have on the screen right now is that every lead that you get in touch with um, can refer you someone else. They know someone who's looking to buy, they know someone who's looking to sell. And if you are always top of mind with this specific lead and the conversation pops up about real estate, this lead will mention your name. Oh, you know what? I do work with this guy. I'm not in the position to buy or sell, but he's so good with me when he provides me information that I think he's the guy that you should talk to. And boom, that's a referral, right? I think, David, you have many, like last time you were telling me about the example that you had this one guy you've been, I guess, friends with, right, for years, who's never closed a transaction with you.
Well, friends, right? And Roberto said friends like this. And the reason why he said friends like this was because this was a lead that came in initially from, I think it was like a Facebook or Google ad. And I put him in the system, or the team put him in the system and was doing follow-up with him. I ended up talking to him, I think once or twice on the phone. At the time, he was interested in purchasing a property. And this guy has never, for the past, I think I've had him in the system for 4 or 5 years, never purchased a home with me, but yet has sent me, I think at this point, 5 or 6 people to purchase a home with me. So he's my friend that remembers me all the time when there's a real estate conversation that comes up, because the Houstir team put him into the follow-up sequences and the follow-up systems to keep David Albanese top of mind with him. And now every time there's a real estate topic that comes up with his family, friends, a barbecue at a restaurant, whatever it may be, my name comes up because, oh, I know David. He's really good. He's never even done a transaction with me. He says I'm really good and he knows me, right? I've never met this guy in person and I'm really good. Does that make sense? Because of what I'm sending him every day, every week, every month. He feels he has a relationship with me. And I've talked to him once or twice on the phone. We had a good conversation. And now I'm his go-to person and the referral partner that he sends all of the referrals to or recommends to all of his friends, family members, etc. So that's one really important thing to look at, that not everybody that comes through your pipe might be your client, today, tomorrow, next year, whenever it may be. But everybody that comes to the pipe and knows who you are and you stay top of mind with them is going to do this, talk about you and your services, as long as you try to build a relationship with them and you stay top of mind with them. Very, very important. This guy doesn't know me in person. I've never met him, talked to him, I think once or twice on the phone, but I stay top of mind with him via the systems every single day. I know Paul said he's a little old school. He does a lot of paper and things like that. I guess I consider myself a little old school too. I don't use paper no more, but I do use the notes section on my iPhone. And I put some stuff on there to remind me and kind of organize a few things besides the systems, the CRM, and the tools. These are kind of side things that my team, that the Houstir team can't think of or know, because it's only in my head and I forget to communicate those things with them to get some follow-up through, or to communicate with people for me. But it's super important, whether you're using paper, whether you're using your iPhone, whether you're using the notes section on your Google email, whatever it may be. It's super important to try to keep track and keep all of these people top of mind to you as well, so that you're always in these customers, in these leads, thoughts when real estate topic comes up.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, so, one thing that I use that um, to keep in touch with everybody is I use my MLS system, because I speak. If I don't speak, I say speak, whether it's a text or an email. A lot of people don't pick up the phone these days. They let it go to voicemail. So you got to try and figure out, is a text the best way? Is an email the best? But I use the MLS system. So when I get a lead in, and again, through another referral company, I automatically, if they give me an idea of a neighborhood they're looking for, a community, I'll try and call them. If I don't get them, I'm sending them an email. So now they have my face, they have my email address, they have my phone number, and I put them on an automated program. And I can tell if they're serious or not by if they click on it, because through our system, you can see if somebody clicks through and opens up an email with the listing on it. So they're seeing my face every morning at 8 o'clock. The system runs, and I apply about 300 people in there that are looking at property. And it's been a funky year. Everybody can agree that I'm getting all of a sudden, and I know this during this time of year, people are coming down to South Florida. So all of a sudden, like, I'm crazy busy between this week and next week when people are down here wanting to look at property. But they've been getting an email me for a year, when we first possibly contacted a year ago. So I think in my instance, because again, a one-man show here, they're seeing my face. If they want me, they have my information at their fingertips. And, is it possibly I'm losing a couple sales just because I can't physically call them every day or every once in a while? Sure. But the people that are interested, I can see are clicking on those, and those are the ones that I keep on top of and send an email out after a month or so and say, hey, how's it going?
No, and that's a pretty good system, right? Having the ability to check what they're browsing. It also gives you a good excuse to, when you do have the time to make those calls. Hey, I saw you were looking at property at 123 Main Street, right? I'm gonna be in the area this weekend, do you want to take a look at it? Or what features of that property interest you? And sometimes when you're bringing in new leads and you're calling them for a reason that they can identify right away, as opposed to just a cold call, right? Not really knowing anything about this person, gives you that advantage that, oh wow, this person is really, taking the time to see what I'm doing. So if this person is helping me now that I'm not a client, hey, what more support can I get once I start to work with Paul? So absolutely. And having a system, whether it's manual, automated, at the end of the day, I think it's important to understand that follow-up is part of your business. If you're not doing that, you're going to miss out on opportunities, and to the point where, if you're not building that routine of putting people in your systems for long-term follow-up, it's going to be a very, very tough, year or next 12 months, right? It takes time to build that stuff. Like, I think David himself took, what, it was 18 months before you started really, getting your business up and running.
Yeah, it took me a year and a half to close one transaction. I made no money in this business for 18 months. And the crazy part was that I thought I was doing all the right things. I think I was doing all the right things, because at the end of the day, I was getting into people's minds that, oh, David's a real estate professional. Because back then I was a real estate agent and a lender. David's a lender, he's a real estate professional. David's a lender, he's a real estate professional. Getting into the head every single day, I was trying to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to my sphere that know that I'm in the real estate business and I'm here to help. And after 18 months, I finally closed one transaction. And then the following 12 months, $750,000, $750,000 in commissions paid to me, right? And it wasn't because it just started to happen. It was because I had already spent 18 months telling people, making sure, engraving into their brain that I'm David Albanese, a real estate professional and a lender that can help them purchase a property or sell a home. And I was initially a buyer's agent, and a lot of people don't like to be buyer's agent. I don't mind being a buyer's or a seller's agent, because at the end of the day, I get paid exactly the same. Whether I'm the buyer's agent or the seller's agent, usually that commission check is the same. It doesn't vary very much. So I don't care what side of the transaction I'm on. I just want to be somewhere in that transaction to get paid.
And again, having the amount of work put in now to build your business, it's important to understand, even with the current market we're in, right? Interest rates. Yes, it's been tough this year. Nobody wants to buy. Nobody wants to sell because they don't know where to go. Nobody wants to buy because interest rates are high. But I can tell you right now, within our business, we have such a huge pipeline, right? That we know interest rates dip 1%, and about 100 people that can't make it right now drop that 1%. We're gonna have about 100 people ready to go.
And the funny part is, everybody keeps saying that, right? Oh, people are not buying because of rates. Oh, they're not buying. But the funny part is that every single home that I put an offer in for my clients has 10 offers, 8 offers, 12 offers, 15 offers. Like, People are not buying, right? It's a stigma. It's something people are saying. We're putting it into ourselves. That's not the right thing to think or to say as a real estate professional. I was like, the market is moving. People are buying. Homes are selling. Obviously, the homes need to be listed at the right price, but they are selling. There's no issue right now. The homes are selling. Every home that goes on the market is selling. Look at your MLS. There might be only a couple of them that are not moving quickly because they might not be priced correctly, or the condition might be something really special where it's really tough to get financing on. Those are the only cases that are really not selling or moving quickly, but everything else is moving super, super quick. So when somebody asks you, how's the market doing? Should I buy? Should I sell? Buy when you're ready. Buy when you can. Can you afford the payment? Then you buy. What happens when you buy at a higher interest rate and then rates go down? Your payment's going to go down when rates when rates drop 1% or 2%. Rate, if they go back down to the fives, that's going to be 1.5%, 1.25%, 0.75% of an interest rate, which means your payment's going to drop hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single month. So when's the right time to buy? When you're ready, willing, and able to. What does ready mean? You want to buy, you have a family, you need to get out of your home, you're living with somebody else, you're getting married, you have whatever it may be. That's when somebody's ready, right? When they're willing, when they're actually wanting to make a better decision for themselves and not pay somebody else's mortgage, but yet invest in themselves and pay their own mortgage. And when they're able to, what does that mean? You can get the financing for them and they're able to make the payment. Real simple. What's the big deal? One of the big things that you need to be explaining to your clients is, my goodness, that payment's a little high. I'm going to be a little tight. Okay, cool. One of the things I always bring up with my clients for you guys to bring up is, great. If this is a home you're going to live in, cool. Okay. All that interest you're paying is going to be tax deductible. Do you currently get money back from the IRS every year, or are you paying a little bit to the IRS? And some people might say, yeah, we pay the IRS $10,000 a year. Great. That's awesome. You're going to have $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 in interest every single year. Can you ask your tax professional, what's that going to do to your tax bracket, number one? What's that going to do to your tax payment or tax refund? In my opinion, I'm not a tax professional, I'm not a CPA, but I encourage you to call them and ask them. I think you might not be paying that $10,000 no more to Uncle Sam. You might even be entitled to a bit of a refund. Call your tax guy right now, please. I'm really curious to know how it might end up, and give them a scenario. Call me back. They usually call me back and, oh, wow, David, I'm not going to be liable for the $10,000 no more. And I might even get a refund. I gave the tax person a scenario about $25,000 a year in interest on a home that I live in. And now they're telling me that if I had that, I wouldn't be paying $10,000 a year. I'm like, did your tax professional tell you that before? Would you have rather purchased the home and not paid Uncle Sam 10 grand a year ago, 2 years ago, 3? Yeah. Did they tell you? That's a problem, right? I'm telling you right now because I know what's good for you. I know what's going to make sense. I know what's going to be better for you, your family, and your future. So I would really encourage you guys to use things like that to help push them or tip them over the edge and take them to the closing table where they're willing to put in offers, where they're willing to maybe adjust their price or their budget a little bit to get into a home.
Now, one of the things that when you're putting together your system that you have to take into account is how you categorize the follow-up for the people that you're going to put, 30 days out, 60 days out, 90 days out, 6 months, 12 months. And these are things that the team put together to kind of give you just a guideline, right? Just a guideline. So someone who's ready to sell like now and they're really ready to go in the next 30 days, you want to follow up every day, at least every 7 days minimum, right? You don't want to be pushy, but at the same time, you want to make sure that they're not going to go somewhere else. They're not going to go get help from someone else. Because trust me, there's a lot of agents out there that are looking for business, just like you are, right? So if you get that one person who's ready to go in the next 30 days, trust me, someone else is going to get a hold of that person as well. And if they paint just a little better picture than you, that you can, then they may end up going with someone else. And that's a deal or business that you're going to miss out on. And the problem is that you followed up with these people that are ready in the next 30 days for 12 months. It would suck for them to go somewhere else, right? So you have to be consistent with your follow-up. And then again, if they're hot, Follow up every day. And a quick text message, email, phone call, schedule a meet, coffee, just see how they're doing, right? Every 7 days. Someone who's warm, kind of getting into that stage, 60 to 90 days out. Yeah, every couple weeks. It's a good, good guideline to follow. So you go from 7 to 15 days. Make sure that you're constantly on, just on top of your systems to make sure that you show up in their data in their view at least once every couple of weeks. Someone who's ready 90 days, 3 months out, maybe a little bit more, follow every 30 to 90 days. And a great rule of thumb is if someone tells you, I'm going to be ready in the next 60 days, call me in the next 60 days because I'll be ready then. You do not wait 60 days to call them. You cut that time in half and then you call them then. Find an excuse to be on that phone. That's one of the things that is gonna make a huge impact in your business when you're following up with people. Every time they give you a date or a time frame, cut it in half and follow up with them then. Don't follow up with them when the time, they tell you. I can tell you how many times we've made that mistake ourselves, or we talk to agents who've made that mistake. Something as simple as running Facebook ads, right? They bring in 100 leads. A lot of the initial calls turn into, I'll be ready in 6 months. 6 months comes, the agent calls, and the person says, "Oh yeah, yeah, thank you. But I did end up buying a home already. When did you buy it? Oh, about 4 months ago." Right? So always, rule of thumb is cut the time frame in half, and that's when you call. So because every lead is going to be in a different bucket, you need to have your system be adaptable to those kind of leads, right? Spend the most time with the people that are closer to the end than people that are at the very beginning stages, right? Make sure that you stay top of mind because sometimes at the very beginning is when you catch their attention. That's when you start your funnel, right? The know, like, and trust funnel. You want them to know who you are and then get to know you, building that relationship, and then you eventually get to that trust factor that's going to allow them to make that move and want to work with you. So the other thing too that you kind of want to have in mind, right, is we talked about systems that are going to help you with your follow-up. If you have 10 leads, it's simple, right? Spreadsheet will take you a long way. If you have 20, 30 leads, you may think that you don't need systems for that, but you can definitely improve your business if you start to take into account things that you can do automatically, right? The quick video that you guys see on the screen right here, it's part of the CRM system that you already have access to, right? This is the one that's going to allow you to text, email, connect your social media profiles so that you can start posting automatically on them and stay top of mind from social media platforms, text, email, phone calls, ringless voicemails. All these tools are available. And when you start to take advantage of them, you're going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't know I could do that. Automated messages that go out on every birthday, automated emails when they go out on very specific holidays. Spring break's coming up. Hey, I hope you enjoy the next couple of weeks. You know, um, have fun. Happy, spring break. Happy holidays. Depending on whatever they celebrate. Happy Halloween. Happy Veterans Day, right? Maybe tweak that email a little bit. And with tools like the ones we have, they're already built out for you. Like you don't have to do anything other than just kind of know where the things are so you can start moving people around. And that's what the team is here for you for, right? To support you in your business. So taking advantage of um, having a system that gives you the ability to stay top of mind without a lot of work is definitely a huge, huge plus when it comes to taking your business to that next level, right? Making sure that you automate the things that you want to automate. Like your job should be build relationships. Let the system handle the touch points with those leads. Um, so that's pretty much the topic that we wanted to cover today. Every single week we're here. We want to provide as much value as we can and really discuss different topics. Coming up, we have things like how can you use social media, Facebook, Instagram, to stay top of mind? How do you make that part of your follow-up? Platforms like Google, Facebook allow you to do retargeting, for example, right? How do you set those tools up and spend a small budget that is going to give you 10x your results, 10x ROI on the money you put in those systems, right? And again, guys, talk to your CPAs because a lot of the money that you invest in these tools and this advertising is going to get you returns at the end of the year. You're going to be able to claim those as write-offs if you have a business, which you probably do, being an agent, being a contractor, right? 1099, you have an S Corp, you have a LLC. Use those as a way to invest in your business because at the end of the day, either you pay it to Uncle Sam or you invest it back in your business. So, are there any questions we can help answer about the training today, or is there,
Even anything in general, guys, about anything going on in your business right now, or things you need help with that we can support you right now? We have a couple of more minutes to discuss that if you guys want to go over that stuff as well.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Okay. I sent you guys this thing that this agent in New York sends out every single month, and it's fantastic. And I want to start doing that. And if you look at the email that I sent, you can see how it's laid out. And I'd like to try to do that. And I kind of need a little bit of help with that.
Yeah, we can definitely help. Probably you're talking about newsletters, right? Like a weekly newsletter.
It's a monthly newsletter, and it has like December, and it's like things to do in December and like that kind of stuff. So it's like gives you like ideas of what to do in LA during this in December. I send it to you, you'll see it, and it's laid out beautifully.
All right, we'll take a look at it. We'll have the team work on
Cool.
some templates.
That's a really, really that spoke to me, even though I'm not looking for a house for the past year, and I saved every single one of them she sent out.
And I bet that once you're ready to buy a house, if you weren't an agent, that would be the agent you probably go with and start the conversation with.
100,000%, because I appreciate this. Like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Thank you for giving. She's not asking me for anything. She's giving me something,
And I think that's important, guys, to understand too, when you come from a position of value, right? She's not really selling you on the fact that, hey, I'm the person to go to for real estate, but I'm the person to go to if you want to know what's going on in the area. There's an event coming up in downtown LA this weekend. There's gonna be a parade, some sort of show. Hey, there's a huge discount going on with Disney right now, or if you make it on a rainy day, they'll give you this, blah blah blah. Little things that you don't know you need, but when you send those emails out, think about it this way. How many Amazon emails do you get almost daily from things that you probably don't need, but I bet you never unsubscribe from those emails, right? So same thing with those newsletter type emails. As long as you continue to provide value, they're going to understand that one of those emails is going to speak to me and I'm going to use it. So why would I unsubscribe? But then your face pops up every single time. Your name pops up every single time. And it only takes one time for them to know you're a real estate agent. So the next time they decide to make a move or start the conversation, they're going to think about you, right? And
I'm not even
monthly,
looking, and I saved them for the whole year.
Awesome. Cool.
hey, we should probably do a presentation on just that, and just a training on just that. Like where do you get information locally to be able
Yeah.
to build these out?
Yeah.
And what? Yeah.
Cool. We'll get
Yeah.
that. All right, guys. I got to run to another meeting, but I appreciate you guys all. If you have any other questions or comments, the team and I are here to support you guys. We want you guys to double your business in 2024. So I think right before the new year, we're going to have like a goals and vision board, webinar type thing where we go over a bunch of stuff together and we try to keep each other accountable and set some goals. We did it the other day with the team. I'll disclose one of the things that I told them. I told them Houstir's buying a jet this year. to make it easier to travel to the different destinations and trainings and everything. So that's one of mine. So next week we're gonna get you guys on the hot spot and set up some goals and some different things for you guys to work towards and have it always in vision in mind. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank
Thanks,
you guys.
David.
All right. Thank you
Thank you,
guys. Have a
guys.
good one. All right. Enjoy your rest of your week.
Ciao, ciao.
All right. Bye.